Alright, y'all. My name is D-Lo, and I admit I got a problem. I watch and talk entirely too much boxing because for the second time in about 3 months, I done had a dream about a boxing match, and that's something I just don't do. The first dream I came on here and told y'all about, I dreamed that Errol Spence Jr. was gonna, drop Danny Swift Garcia in like the second round. The fight, then kind of went back and forth for a minute. Then, for the next round, in the fourth round, EJ just came out and just ran him over to the point the Angels jumped up on the ring, gave him through the towel in, and went to hollering for him to stop the fight. I don't know if that's gonna come true or not, but last night or this morning, whenever it was, man, I dreamed that Kell Brook caught Bud throwing a lazy left jab and countered him with an overhand looping right to the head and dropped him. And Bud got up on wobbly legs and the ref waved it off. All I've been talking about for the last, ever since this fight been made, is that Kell might trouble Bud a little bit, but for the most part, Bud was gonna style on him and stop him within 7. Now, because I had that dream, it made me rethink it, but guess what? I still got Bud stopping Kell Brook between rounds 6 and 8. 6, 7, or 8, he getting him out of there. I'm thinking 7. I picked 7. When it comes to this fight, man, I looked at that weigh-in. Yeah, Kell Brook made weight. Bud made weight. Bud made weight. He came in a little under the weight, but the whole time they were doing that interview with Max Kellerman, Bud was drinking the whole time, and you had people in the comment section talking about why was Bud drinking and coughing so much. Like they don't understand, what these guys are doing to themselves when they shrink themselves down to make these weights. So you can look at these guys' faces all sunk in, and and nothing but it looked like skin laying on top of muscle. And it wasn't just Kell, it was both guys. But my take on that was Kell should have also been drinking and rehydrating, and I think he was trying to prove a point. Maybe he wasn't, but I felt like he should have been getting the fluids back in him ASAP as well. But I mean, Kell does what works for him, and Bud does what works for him. But I was glad to see Kell make weight, glad to see Bud make weight. Nobody, nobody had to strip naked, or nobody had to be held up because they were about to fall down after getting off the scale, and that stuff like that. And I look forward to the fight, man. I'm not gonna get too much into it because I done talked about this fight and talked about this fight and talked about this fight. But after waking up this morning, having that in my head, man, I had to come on here and talk about it. But like I said, my pick remains. I have Bud by 7-round stoppage. I know a lot of people saying that the fight could go the distance, and and it very well could. But I'll be honest, man. I see this fight being won. In either case, I think somebody can stop in this fight. And I'm picking Bud to be the one to get the stoppage. But that said, in my opinion, if Bud loses this fight, it'll be by stoppage. I don't think this is gonna be no fight that goes 12 rounds. It's just, I think you got two really good aggressive fighters who have been on the shelf for longer than they're used to. And both guys really want this win bad. Bud wants this win bad because people talk about, he hasn't fought anybody at 147. And yeah, you got some who are, some who are downplaying Kell Brook and saying he this and he's that and he hadn't fought at it. Some things are factual. He hasn't been at the weight in a few years. But at the same time, he's been, he's been taking punches at a higher weight. So I'm not gonna, subscribe to the whole face is broken thing. But, you know, with all of that being said, you know, Kell will be at the disadvantage being the guy coming down in weight, just like I said about Tank with Lil Santa Cruz. But with all of that being the case, I think Bud Crawford is too much for Kell Brook to overcome, and I just got Bud stopping him. You know what I'm saying? And I think, you know what I'm saying, and it's no knock on Kell. It's me recognizing and seeing what Bud is and what he brings to the table, and me acknowledging that when I make my pick. But that said, you just heard me say, if Bud loses this fight, he's gonna lose by stoppage. You know, so I'm acknowledging that Kell Brook is capable of knocking Bud Crawford out. And I've said that repeatedly. I've said that in other chats. I've said that in my own videos. I've said that in Facebook posts and Twitter posts or whatever. But I think Bud is going to be defensively responsible enough in this fight, and also aggressive enough to where he doesn't allow Kell to put himself in position to get that stoppage. You know, but we'll see how it plays out. That's why the fights happen in the ring and not on YouTube, on our videos, or not on paper, or not on vlogs or Twitter feeds or media, you know, conversations. They happen in the ring. So we'll see how it plays out. Man, I'm really excited about this fight. As you can tell, if I dreamed about it, I'm excited about it. Just like I was excited once DSG and Errol Spence got announced, just because I was so anxious to see if Errol's going to return to the ring, and I'm happy about that. But I'm hoping that Bud gets this win, because I think this win brings us one fight closer to the fight we all want to see, and that's Bud versus EJ. Even if that takes a couple more fights to get made, these guys keep winning, we'll get to see that fight. If one of them lose, I don't know if we ever get that fight. Maybe we do, maybe we don't, but I know it won't be the same. D-Lo 404 boxes, all I got to say. I'm sorry the video went a little long. You stuck with me to the end. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You're a real supporter, and you know what I'm saying, real you know, true subscriber to the channel. That's all I got to say on the subject. Come out.